Imagine a sound echoing across 3,000 years, the deep, resonant hum of a bronze Dongsun drum, its vibrations rippling through time and space, connecting the ancient world to our own. Its surface is alive with intricate patterns, birds in flight, human figures in celebration, and scenes of daily life, each engraving a silent witness to the hopes, beliefs, and creativity of its makers. More than a musical instrument, the Dongsun drum was a symbol of power and unity, used in rituals, ceremonies, and even in the heat of battle. It brought people together, forging a shared rhythm that echoed across villages and generations. This ancient artifact unlocks the story of Southeast Asia, a region of 11 diverse nations and over 680 million people, where ancient traditions meet the pulse of modern cities and dense jungles conceal the ruins of lost temples. Too often overshadowed by the giants of China and India, Southeast Asia's story is one of remarkable innovation, constant adaptation, and enduring resilience, a region that has always found ways to thrive amid change. Its history is not just a list of dates and dynasties, but a living, breathing narrative that continues to shape today's politics, economies, and cultures. The past is ever present, woven into the fabric of daily life. The region's legacy includes great maritime empires that ruled the seas, colonial scars that left deep marks, and fierce struggles for independence, stories of survival, ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit of self-determination. Defined by its position between powerful neighbors, Southeast Asia has always been a crossroads of cultures, ideas, and ambitions. Yet, it found its own voice and destiny, forging a unique identity. Today, the region stands at the center of global affairs. Its economy's booming, its youth dynamic and ambitious, its strategic importance undeniable in a rapidly changing world. The ancient currents that once brought traders and colonizers now flow as global supply chains and digital networks, connecting Southeast Asia to every corner of the planet. To truly understand the forces shaping the 21st century, we must listen for the echoes of that first bronze drum, its sound a reminder of the region's enduring spirit. The journey from the creators of the ancient drums to the architects of modern ASEAN is essential to understanding our shared future, as tradition and progress walk hand in hand. The story of Southeast Asia is a map for navigating global complexity, reminding us of the enduring power of culture, trade, and resilience, a testament to the strength found in diversity and unity. Let's follow the beat of the drum, and together, discover the vibrant heart and soul of Southeast Asia. Long ago, Southeast Asia was a single landmass, Sundaland, where early humans roamed. As the Ice Age ended, rising seas drowned the plains, creating the islands and coastlines we know today. This transformation forced people to adapt, sparking the rise of the Austronesians, skilled seafarers from Taiwan who mastered the ocean with outrigger canoes. They spread their language and culture from Madagascar to Easter Island, creating one of the world's most widespread diasporas. The sea became a highway, not a barrier, fostering trade, communication, and movement. Life followed the monsoon winds, setting the stage for the great trading empires to come. The Austronesians were the original globalizers, connecting millions across vast waters. Their legacy shaped a region open to the world, defined by constant flow and exchange. In the Red River Delta, the Dongsun culture emerged around 1000 BCE, mastering wet rice agriculture and bronze metallurgy. Their crowning achievement, the Dongsun drum, was crafted with lost wax casting, adorned with scenes of warriors, boats, and animals. These drums traveled across Southeast Asia, linking distant communities in a network of trade and prestige. The Dongsun people organized large-scale projects and formed proto-states, demonstrating new social complexity. Their innovations laid the foundation for future kingdoms, marking the dawn of political power and cultural sophistication. The beat of the Dongsun drum signaled a new era for the region. In the first millennium CE, Southeast Asia absorbed waves of influence from India and China, not through conquest but creative adaptation. Indian traders and priests brought Hinduism, Buddhism, and new ideas of kingship, which local rulers blended with their own traditions. Sanskrit became the language of courts, and Indian epics and architecture were woven into local culture. From the north, China's influence was strongest in Vietnam, where centuries of occupation brought Confucian philosophy and administrative systems, but also sparked fierce resistance. Elsewhere, China's tribute system fostered trade and political recognition, integrating Southeast Asia into a vast economic network. These interactions shaped a region defined by synthesis, resilience, and a unique Southeast Asian identity. The fusion of local and foreign ideas gave rise to the mandala system, fluid kingdoms with shifting spheres of influence. Funan, in the Mekong Delta, became the first great trading hub, connecting east and west and setting the template for maritime power. After Funan, Srivijaya rose in Sumatra, controlling vital sea lanes and growing rich from trade and Buddhist learning. Srivijaya's power was naval, proving that control of the sea meant wealth and influence. On the mainland, the Khmer Empire emerged, building its strength on agriculture and engineering. Massive irrigation systems fueled population growth and monumental ambition. The Khmer kings expanded their territory and built breathtaking monuments, marking the height of land-based power. These kingdoms thrived by adapting to geography, sea or land, demonstrating the region's diversity. The mandala system created a dynamic, interconnected world, setting the stage for Southeast Asia's golden age. Southeast Asian rulers expressed their power through monumental temples, earthly reflections of the cosmos. In Java, the Sailendra dynasty built Borobudur, a colossal Buddhist mandala guiding pilgrims toward enlightenment. Nearby, Prambanan's sword is a Hindu masterpiece, symbolizing religious tolerance and syncretism. The Khmer Empire's kings outdid each other with state temples, culminating in Angkor Wat, a stone replica of Mount Meru, home of the gods. Angkor Wat's scale and artistry remain unmatched, its bas-reliefs a vivid record of Khmer life and mythology. These temples anchored royal power, sanctified lineages, and ensured prosperity by honoring divine forces. They were the heart of sprawling urban complexes, supported by advanced engineering. Today, these monuments stand as sublime testaments to Southeast Asia's classical age and creative genius. The arrival of Europeans in the 16th century shattered the world of mandalas and god-kings, forever altering the ancient balance of power in Southeast Asia. Driven by the insatiable quest for spices, wealth, and global dominance, the Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, British, and French carved up the region over 3 tumultuous centuries, each leaving their mark on its people and lands. Superior weaponry, advanced ships, and cunning divide-and-conquer tactics allowed Europeans to exploit local rivalries, turning former allies against each other and establishing firm colonial rule. Colonial powers redrew borders, forced local economies into cash crop production, and created artificial states, sowing seeds of future conflict and division that would last for generations. Only Siam, modern-day Thailand, preserved its independence by skillful diplomacy, balancing between rival empires and modernizing from within. Western education, intended for a privileged few, exposed new generations to revolutionary ideas of nationalism, equality, and freedom, sparking questions about their own identities and futures. Figures like Kartini in Java dreamed of modern, independent nations and inspired others to challenge both colonial oppression and traditional hierarchies, planting the first seeds of resistance. Colonial rule transformed societies, economies, and cultures, but also unwittingly planted the seeds of its own demise as new ideas took root. The region's encounter with the West set the stage for a new era of struggle, awakening, and the eventual fight for self-determination. The storm of colonialism, though devastating, would ultimately give rise to the powerful and enduring cry for freedom that echoed across Southeast Asia. World War II shattered European dominance as Japan swept through Southeast Asia, exposing the vulnerability of colonial powers. The rapid advance of Japanese forces sent shockwaves through the region, toppling colonial administrations that had seemed unshakable for decades. Japanese occupation was brutal, marked by hardship and suffering for millions, but it also empowered local leaders and fueled nationalist movements. The experience of foreign rule under Japan made many Southeast Asians question the legitimacy of all colonial rulers. Figures like Sukarno in Indonesia and Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam seized the moment, declaring independence as the war ended. Their bold actions inspired hope and ignited a wave of revolutionary fervor across the region. The cry for Merdeka, freedom, echoed across the region, and the old colonial masters were no longer welcome. People from all walks of life joined together, demanding the right to determine their own destinies. The struggle for independence was fierce. Indonesia fought the Dutch, Vietnam battled the French, and others negotiated or fought for their freedom. These conflicts were long and costly, but they forged a new sense of unity and purpose. By the 1960s, the colonial era was over, replaced by new nations determined to chart their own course. The region was now a mosaic of independent states, each with its own vision for the future. War forged a generation of leaders and a spirit of resilience. These leaders, shaped by conflict, would guide their countries through the challenges of independence. The path to freedom was different in each country, but the drive for self-determination united them all. Across borders, people shared a common dream of dignity and sovereignty. The region emerged scarred but unbroken, ready to face the challenges of nationhood. Communities rebuilt from the ashes, determined to create a better future for the next generation. The crucible of war transformed Southeast Asia forever, forging new identities and setting the stage for a dynamic, independent future. Independence brought new challenges, arbitrary borders, fractured societies, and the legacy of colonialism. Yet Southeast Asia drew on its ancient strengths: connection, trade, and adaptation. The sea lanes that once carried traders now move the world's goods and data, making the region a global crossroads. In 1967, 5 nations formed ASEAN, reviving the old spirit of cooperation in a modern form. Today, Southeast Asia is a place of contrasts: ancient temples beside skyscrapers, tradition alongside innovation. Its cultures, cuisine, and creativity resonate worldwide, a testament to its enduring dynamism. The story that began with a bronze drum continues, one of survival, reinvention, and hope. Southeast Asia's history teaches us that resilience means embracing change and shaping the future together.